to our channel. My name is Teacher Smith and today we are going to understand a very interesting topic of excess and shortage. So let's try to understand the topic using a simple question. Here we have a question and it says, some workers are moving some stones. If each worker moves 4 stones, there will be 17 stones left. If each worker moves 6 stones, there will be 5 stones needed. How many workers are there in total? How many stones need to be moved in total? So, if I simply read the question, it's quite difficult to understand what's actually happening here in this situation. So, the best thing that you can do is, you can actually make a figure out of it to understand more better. So here, for the first part of question, it's asking me some workers. Let's say, if I have one worker here, I might have other worker. There are many workers basically, so I'll put a ... and other workers. Now it says, each one of them is moving 4 stones. So below first worker, I label it as 4. Second one also moving 4, ... each one of them moving 4 stones. And when it is happening, there is 17 stones that is left. This means 17 more, or you can say 17 remaining. Now in the next part, each one of them is moving 6 stones. So below each worker, I label it as 6. Second worker also moving 6, ... each one of them 6. And when it is happening, there is 5 stones that are needed. Now the question is asking me to find out what is the number of workers. This is the part that we need to find. Now, to differentiate between both the situation, when they are distributing 4, I label it as case 1, and when they are distributing 6 stones, I label it as case 2. So here, in case 1 and case 2, you can observe, in case 1 they are moving 4 stones. In this case 1 to case 2, there is an increase in number. If I ask you, what is the increase in number? It's simply 2, that is plus 2. Second worker also, it's plus 2. In total, if you observe, all the workers is plus 2. If I ask you, from where did this plus 2, this 2 extra stones come from? Is it only from 17? Is 17 stones enough? Observe. Of course not, right? Here, it's 17 more and 5 needed. So in total, if I want to find out the number of stones, it's simple to calculate. Yes, it's simply 17 plus 5, which is nothing but 22. And the other part of the equation we also don't need to forget, that is this 2. From where did we get this plus 2 from? It's simply the change, that is 6 minus 4, which is equal to 2. Now, there are in total 22 stones. And this 22 stones we have to distribute to each worker, where everyone is getting plus 2. So if I ask you, what is the number of workers? Yes, 22 stones in total distributing to 2 each. So 22 divided by 2, which is equal to 11. So this means there are 11 of the workers who will be receiving these stones. Now if I ask you, there is another way in which you can get the same answer just by using one single step. Are you eager to learn? Let's see. So here, if you just pay attention closely, it's 17 more and 5 needed in case 1 and case 2. I can simply find out the change here using 17 plus 5. Now, if you check the distribution, every one of them has been distributed 2 stones. So this 2 I can easily calculate using 6 minus 4. And to find out the actual number, we just need to divide it to get the answer, that is 11. So here, in this type of questions where you have more, this more is nothing but we can call it as excess. Or you can see it's needed. You can also call it as shortage. So whenever you have question based on excess and shortage, these are the 2 simple steps in which you can get the answer. The first step is, whenever the question has too many conditions, the best part, what's the first thing that we do to represent it? Yes, we can actually draw a figure or a sketch to visualize it. And for the second part, I want you all to pay attention to this equation carefully. Now if I ask you for this 17 and 5, if you observe, this simply refers to from 17 to 5. This in total is the change from case 1 all the way to case 2. So this is nothing but the change in cases. For the second part of the equation, that is 6 minus 4. Here this 6 minus 4 simply represents that from case 1 to case 2 the distribution, and it simply represents the difference in the distribution. So 6 minus 4 is simply difference in distribution, and when you divide these two numbers you can easily get the number. So the second part to remember from this question is the actual formula from how you can get it. It's simply number is equal to first part change in cases divided by difference in distribution. Now, if this excess and shortage is just one type of problem, there are other two types as well. For example, if I say this is 17 more and this is also 5 more, both the situation are excess, so it's an excess type. For the second part, if it is 5 needed and the second part also says 70 needed, so it's a shortage type of problem. And in both the type of problem, the solution remains the same. That is the simple 2 steps that we just found out. So does that mean our question is ended here? There is another question here. It's also asking me how many stones need to be moved in total. So for the second part of the solution here, it's quite simple now. Now you know the number of people. There are 11 people here, 11 workers. Now, even if you consider case 1 or case 2, you can easily find out number of stones. Let's say if I use case 1, there are 11 workers, each one of them is moving 4 stones. So in total, number of stones is 11 times 4. But don't forget the 17 stones that are left out. So we need to add this also. So it's 4 times 11 plus 17, which is nothing but 61. Now let's say if I use the second case. In second case, we know 11 people, each one of them is 6, so 11 times 6. But there is 5 needed. Now 5 needed is 5 short. This means we need to subtract the actual number of stones by 5. So 6 times 11 minus 5, which is also 61. So even if you use any of the case, the answer is the same. So here, in this type of questions, we can understand just use 2 simple steps to get the answer. Now, I have a practice question designed for you. You have to solve the question, and if you get the correct answer for it, you can comment down under the same video. I'll help you check the question to understand if you get the topic or not. And if you have any doubts regarding solving this question or any other question, you can contact me. My name is Teacher Smith and this is my personal WhatsApp QR code. You can ask your doubts, or else if you want to watch more exciting content, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, I am Teacher Smith, currently signing off right now, but I'll see you in the next video.